Alright everybody, welcome. I want to quickly go over some things you must avoid when you're running your ads so that Facebook does not ban your ad or disapprove your ad. Facebook has gotten more stringent, more stricter than before. They have gotten stricter than before, so you need to pay a lot of attention to the way your images, your text look like, because their computers are getting stricter. There were some things you could do 5 years ago that you can't do anymore on Facebook. So one of the things that I'm going to be sharing on the basics, if you can avoid all these ones I'm going to be listing here, then you probably will not have problem with accounts being banned and all that. So number one, avoid images that show cleavage. Now, try as much as possible to avoid an image that is showing a woman's breast or even a small portion, not even a small portion. It must not show at all. But even a clothing that is too long, if the neck is too long, if it's too low rather, even if it's not showing the breast, Facebook might disapprove it. So you have to avoid that. Now, avoid weight loss products. Weight loss, Facebook is very strict with weight loss products. Very strict. Except for some companies that are, Facebook has a way. Facebook approves some companies, but it's not something that is general. So avoid weight loss, and if you must do weight loss, then you have to be very discreet with your words and images. It means that even you have to use your words in such a way that the Facebook software that searches for things like this will not discover. Because it's not human beings that check the ads, it's a computer. It's computers that do it. It's only when your advert has been disapproved and you ask for approval that a human being will check it. But it's a computer that works with algorithms. So if you want to advertise for weight loss, you have to be very careful with the images you use so that you don't have issues with Facebook. Careful with your images, careful with your words. You don't use things like do you want to lose weight? Click here now. Facebook will ban you. Try something like that. So you have to be very careful with weight loss, and avoid statements that refer to the body parts. Okay, before I go there, if you want to learn about other people, you want to go into a niche, an advert niche. You want to advertise a particular product. It's important that you try and see what other people who are advertising the product are doing. It's very important. Very important that you check it out, what other people are doing, because that will give you an idea of how you can. Because some people that have gone before you have used some methods to prevent Facebook from banning them. So if you find out about those methods, you can use it for yourself too. For example, you can choose to, if you are advertising about weight loss now, if you want to try weight loss, you have to start liking weight loss pages, like a lot of them, and you'll be expecting that they will show up on your timeline. So when you like a lot of weight loss pages, then before you know it, you begin to see weight loss adverts on your timeline. From there you tell how to go about it. So yeah, that's it now. So next one, avoid statements that refer to the body parts. Avoid statements that refer to the body parts, like your hand, your leg, your mouth, your eyes. You try anything like yo. Try not to use it. Try as much as possible. If you are going to use it has to be something that is not directly related to your audience. Don't say things like how to make your husband like you. Facebook would never approve something like that. But you can say something like just find a way of not saying things like your body part or your family members, your cousin, your life, your wife, your husband, your hand, your job. If you use any word like that, they won't approve it. Your name, your life, your mama, your mother. If you use words like that, they will never approve it. So you have to find a way to craft your advert in such a way that you will not use words like that. Or you can also use emojis. If you are very good with emojis, you can find emojis that will replace some of those words. If you can do that, Facebook is getting very strict, but I don't know if that still works. If you try that and it doesn't work, that means you have to find another account. Or if they don't ban your account, then you can try it at another dimension. So for example, instead of the O now in your, you can choose to use an orange emoji or something, or a fruit emoji that is circular. I believe that might work. I believe it might work. So avoid statements that refers directly to the physical, personal, or relative attributes of your audience. Facebook is very strict about that. Now, avoid images that emphasizes body parts as much as possible. Avoid images that emphasize body parts, because you are trying to get Facebook to approve your ads. If you start, if a man is not wearing shirts now, if a man is bare chested on your ad image, Facebook will not approve it. If a woman is wearing let's say bum shorts now, she's just wearing bikini, if not, they will not approve your ad. So you have to be very careful about that. Except what she's wearing is not so visible, it's not taking a lot of space on the ad. But if the image is exposing a large percentage of her body parts and it's very big on the whole ad, it will not approve it. So you have to be very careful with that. Then avoid images with too much text. In fact, try as much as possible to avoid text on your images. As much as possible. Do less text. If the text is going to appear, let it be very small. Not too small that they can't see it, but small enough to be approved. Because if there's text on it, they will not allow your advert to spread so much. So yeah, that's a very vital thing to consider. And also, you to take your time to read the Facebook policies so that you will know more about what they are talking about. When you are, try to avoid anything sexual in your words. That's also important. I should have typed that, but I didn't type that. But anything sexual, try to avoid sexual images, sexual words. If you're advertising a male performance, a sexual performance medicine, you must be sure to avoid saying directly, referring to their personal organs, like a male genital organ or female genital organ. Those things will not allow Facebook to approve it. So you have to find a way to advertise what you are saying without directly mentioning those sexual words. Facebook is very careful with that. Then political, anything that is political, Facebook will not approve it. It's political if it's discriminatory, if it's racist, anything that is secluding some aspect of some people in a particular race or ethnic group. Like if you are talking about black Americans alone, or white or Chinese, if you start using words like that, Facebook might not approve your ad. So there are a lot of laws, but we have to use Facebook because Facebook has the highest number of users in the world. So we have to the least we can do is to abide by their rules, because we have to use their platform. So take your time to check Facebook ads policy. Just Google it, Facebook advertising policy. You see the link and you click it and you check more things so that you don't make any mistakes. Because if your ad account is disapproved, or if they ban your account, if they disapprove your ad, it's still good. But if they ban your ad account, that means you have to look for someone else's. You have to ask someone else to give you their Facebook account password so that you can run ads on it. For someone like me now, I have used multiple Facebook accounts. I've used multiple Facebook accounts. So it's not something I encourage. It's not something that is easy, but you have to avoid it as much as possible. It's easy for Facebook to ban your account. Very easy. If that happens, you just have to get another account. Also, don't run ads immediately you open Facebook account. If you're just opening the Facebook account, don't open the Facebook account today, they run adverts tomorrow. They will never. If they approve it, it will run for a few hours and it will just, they'll just ban your account outrightly. So that's another thing you should consider. Also, when you open your advert account, when you want to run your ad, start with create the ad, then wait for about 2 weeks before you allow it to run. Very important. So if you open an advert account today, or maybe you create an ad today and you immediately just put 5,000 naira and you begin to spend it, Facebook will ban your account. They will ban it and they will tell you unusual activity. Sometimes they will not even give you any reason, they just tell you your account has been banned. So you have to be very, very careful. So you have to be very patient with Facebook. Their policies can be very frustrating, but you are the one who runs their platform, so you have to abide by their rules. And also, don't be discouraged. It's not everybody that gets it right. In fact, most people fail when it comes to Facebook ads. You might have to try again and again. You have to test your product. So you might have to battle with advert disapproval or account banning them, where you have to do for other accounts. In my own career, I've used about, I think I've used about 20 Facebook accounts, or let's say 15 Facebook accounts so far. So it took me a while to understand how Facebook works, and the current advert account I'm using now, I've used it for over 1 year. And I've not even spent 3 years running Facebook ads. But in the first 1 year, I faced a lot of troubles. First 1 year, 6 months. After that, every time I got to the account I'm using right now, I was able to understand how Facebook works, and Facebook began to become lenient on some aspects. So don't be scared of failure. There are many people around you that have Facebook accounts that will never run adverts, so you can use their Facebook account to practice, as long as they are willing to give you their passwords. So that's that about that. So make sure you do this, and practice makes perfect. If you want to be good at it, you have to keep practicing. You're not going to be good at it the first day you try it. Practice. Okay, test ads, watch YouTube videos on adverts, follow people that are good on adverts, follow them on Facebook and Twitter or Instagram. Don't just follow people that will not help your life. Follow people that will give you information on how to make whatever you are doing better, so that when they share info, you know. If they ask you to sign up, if they have a website, sign up on their email list so that you can get regular emails from them on how to run adverts. Okay, so I think I'm going to recommend some people that I know. I'm going to recommend some people. Let me type it out so that you can do the names. You can search for them on Facebook and on Twitter. One is Tony Omoto. He's a big time internet marketer. You have Ronald Zimora. The big time, these two guys are big boys. They have made a lot of money online. They have made millions online. I'm talking over 100 million online. You know. They have been doing it for many years. So when you follow them, they will tell you how to run ads. They will give you information on things like that. Search for them on Facebook. Search for them on Twitter. Search for Ken BC. Search for Ads Alchemist on Twitter. You know, follow people that will enrich your lives on Twitter. Don't just follow people that will just waste your time and fight all day. You know, that will really help you. So I think that's about that. Thanks for watching.